You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Pay-Per-View After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Pay-Per-View After Show.
You know, we don't have time for the intro. Yeah. We don't have time. Happy early Thanksgiving, everybody. We are coming to you post-Survivor Series. We're Boston strong tonight as the annual Turkey Day pay-per-view comes from the home of the Sox. It's going to be a wicked pissa of an hour. I don't even know if we have an hour. It doesn't matter. Let's get right to the after show. We have a full squadron right here next to me. Kathy Kelly at Catherine Kelly on Twitter.
Hey,
what up?
It was Happy Twerky Day from WWE.
Twerky Day?
Twerky Day.
Were you supposed to twerk and watch the
They were
pay-per-view?
twerking tonight.
They did do some twerking tonight.
At the beginning,
Really?
so.
Yes. I close my eyes when I see twerking at this point. Kathy Kelly's here, everybody. On the couch, we have two guests. You know him from this past Monday's after show, and he is the man that makes out with Bar Raffaelli in real life and in her dreams, Jesse Heyman.
What's up, America? How's it going? Glad to be back here. I had a great time last Monday, and I'm had a great time tonight. I can't wait to talk about it.
That's right. You got the new Sandow shirt?
Yep, got the new Sandow shirt. I think, therefore, I am greater than you.
Dude, your t-shirt just have a picture of Bar's face and on the back saying better than you. That's what it should say.
It should just say that.
God, man. All right, anyways. His buddy to his right, I should say, his name is Josh Harris, former OVW wrestler. Also has a book coming out called Doing the Job on Amazon, all about his wrestling career. Josh Harris, everybody.
How's it going? I've seen the commercial with Jesse, and it looked a lot like this is how it started, so I'm actually a little uncomfortable at this point.
If you need to make look, we have about 45 minutes, so if at any moment we have like a dull second, just make it happen.
Go
Jesse.
for it.
We're just gonna do it.
Make it happen.
We're just gonna do it.
Don't worry about it. Sporting a amazing, I don't even know how to, a Conway Twitty-esque.
That's what you said last time.
That's because it is. John Denver? I don't know. It's just,
Maybe Playboy Buddy Rose?
yeah, something.
I like that one, the Playboy Buddy Rose.
Aqua Blue, he is here at C Rosie VOC. Christian Rosenberg, what's up, dog?
What is up? How's it going, my friend?
Going great, and we have an extremely special guest just to your right.
Yes.
Speaking of country, you know him as the WWE superstar Jimmy Wang Yang, but he is also known as Jimmy Yang, and he has a brand new business venture straight out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus. Go to facebook.com/Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus at Akio Yang. Jimmy Yang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Woo.
I want to go to Ohio just to ride that.
Yeah.
That sounds
should. You
awesome.
should.
That's what
You know.
she said.
There is, yeah. There's now a reason to go to Ohio.
Yeah.
There are other reasons.
No, there's not.
No.
No, that's the sole reason. That's the
Good.
only reason to hop on that party bus.
Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. There's no reason. It's pretty much the same state. There's not really, now that you have a party bus, there's a reason to go.
Yeah.
Road trip.
So tell us about, before we get into the pay-per-view, tell us all about what brought you to doing the party bus.
Actually, you know, I've always looked for businesses, and I got an entrepreneur kind of mindset, you know, and this guy was selling this bus, you know, and he actually was selling his limo business. So I went up to see him,
Okay.
and I looked at the limos, and all of a sudden he pulls out this redneck party bus, and
It was already a redneck party bus?
it was already spray painted on the outside, everything like it was.
So
and
you didn't
Fake
make
it.
it. It was like it.
I looked at it. I'm like, holy.
Destiny.
Can you say, yeah, destiny.
Holy destiny!
Like,
Destiny is
yeehaw,
more
you know,
than a
whatever.
word.
It's like, man, this is awesome, you know. And then he opened it up, and it has a stripper pole in there, and it has like bud can lights, and it has this killer sound system. And I bought it that day. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I like my inner redneck really came out.
How about it? Do you take a personal check? I want this bus. So did you have to do anything to it, or it just came as is?
No, it came there, but I did some decorations. I set up some inside, you know, like I really did my redneck style to it, you know. So there's Christmas lights in there. I got some deer antlers on there, so I had to just like kind of like you know. So It's pretty sweet. You got to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com.
What the hell? Sorry, I don't know.
That's the cheap plug song?
I think that's the...
That's either for Jesse's shirt or...
Whoa, wait a minute. What is happening here? Tom Connolly.
Oh, God.
Pennsylvania's own, holding the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Is here tonight.
Why?
Well, now we have to mention Christian Rosenberg will become the new predictions champion.
I had a perfect score tonight.
Yeah.
8 for 8.
The title's no longer in abeyance. So, Tom, what brings you here?
So, I come here tonight to talk to just one person in the room.
Okay.
And that is the king of the rosebuds over there.
Who, me or him?
It's actually me. It's a long story. I'll fill you in later.
Okay, let's get to
I'm
it.
just letting
Yeah,
you
because
know
we got like 40 minutes
that
left.
I am just teasing this tonight.
Okay.
But it will become a reality, and I will become predictions champion.
It better happen quick. The sticker's falling off.
Exactly. Expiration date on this is coming soon.
It's coming close. It's coming close.
And this is what we're going to do. So when Tom decides to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase on whoever the predictions champion may be, we want to leave it up to the viewers and the listeners. Tweet us how you think the match should be decided, whether it be trivia, whether it be, I don't want to say paper, rock, scissors. That's bad. What's that, Jesse?
Special referee.
Special referee, Jesse Heyman. So
Brawl and penny match?
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
You're going down.
We want viewers. Brawl and penny match.
Yeah, definitely.
But tweet at us which ways you think we should decide the championship match once he cashes in. We don't know when it's going to be.
Brawl and pennies.
Whenever I want.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm holding that title for a long, long time,
Yeah,
my
you wish.
friend.
You wish.
I predict that it'll happen on one of our after shows.
I think it might.
It definitely will.
Well, tonight's pay-per-view
Sooner rather than later.
Tonight's pay-per-view had no swerve,
And
but
now
we just
we-
had one.
That's right.
Tom Connolly showing up. All right, man. See ya.
See you on Wednesday.
Protect that briefcase. Watch your back, Rosie.
I'm not afraid.
All right, so back to Jimmy. Facebook.com/Jimmy's Redneck Party
Yes,
Bus. You're centered
check out
in
the pictures.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio, yep.
And so basically when people hit you up, you'll just let them know how far you're willing to drive, that kind of a thing. How many people can it fit?
Total, it can fit 14 people,
Jesus.
but the good time, I say, if you have 10 people, you all can get crazy, and it's not shoulder to shoulder,
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't matter if you go to Cincinnati, you can go up to wherever. I'm not. I'm willing to travel with the bus.
Do you drive the bus?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, my God. That makes it even better.
How do you pay attention to the road when there's like naked chicks right behind you?
How can we do an AfterBuzz from his bus?
Yes. Yeah. I'll pay my own ticket.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'm there.
Yeah, I only have really one rule on that bus is just don't mess with me while I'm driving.
Fair enough.
So, and
Fair
everything
enough.
else, if I don't see it, it's game on.
Oh, man. Fantastic. Now, I know you're still wrestling, too. Last night, actually, your match got featured on TMZ because Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon, you guys pretty much pulled off the fight scene from The Last Dragon at Vendetta Pro last night.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
How dope was that?
That was awesome, right? Like, that was really, this is what I marked out for, To me, there's two things that I really love, professional wrestling and martial arts movie.
Right.
And that movie, Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, is my favorite movie of all time. And even how I got in contact with Ty-Mok, Bruce Leroy, is because I wanted to do this. And then last night, after we actually started this in around 2006 era.
Okay.
And then I went back to WWE as Jimmy Wang Yang. So it's this long break in between doing this, and we finally got to do it last night. And we had a great show enough as Jimmy Mayhem, and then TMZ got a hold of it, and now it's, that was really cool. I had a lot of fun last night.
Now it's history. It's been a hell of a weekend for you.
Oh, you have no idea, dude. I got here Friday. Oh, man, Friday, and I had another friend that had a radio station and wanted me to judge a best ass contest.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
someone's got to do it.
And it was a hard job, but it was hard, but
And Christian, I heard one.
I did.
Yeah.
I won that too.
what?
Didn't I win the best ass contest? No.
What?
Okay, now it's getting,
Good answer.
weird.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Now it's getting weird. Well, congrats on everything, man. You're obviously still wrestling, and then you have the party bus. I mean, you're living pretty much the American dream.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just trying to do my thing. I got a 10-year-old daughter that I have to look after for the next few years. So that's everything's
Good point.
Motivation for me to strive to do better is because of her.
And she could ride shotgun on the party bus.
No.
All right, let's get
And sometimes the pole is for safety. I labeled it
When the
as
bus lurches forward,
yeah.
you need to grab on.
Yeah,
the
that's the only reason it's there.
Yeah,
you know,
safety
so
pole.
it's, safety pole.
I can't wait to go to this Facebook page. That is awesome. Facebook.com/Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus. Let's get to the Survivor Series. Not a lot of surprises, I guess we could say. We're going to go run down these quick, actually. Pre-show, Miz beats Kofi. Miz goes with the handshake. Kofi ends up with the slap in the face, leaving everyone kind of confused.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell who was supposed to be the heel in the match just because, like, Kofi was... I don't know. It was very... The ending was weird, too, like how they ended it.
Miz turned heel on Monday. Then they didn't really mention anything about it throughout the rest of the week. Yeah. And then the pay-per-view happens, and at the end, Kofi does the heelish move.
Maybe they're saving it for Raw like everything else.
No, there's a movie coming out this Thursday on ABC.
Oh, that's right. That whole little,
they forgot about that.
They didn't plug it at all. They didn't plug it at all.
You can't be a bad dude. No, they showed the commercial.
Yeah, they did.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh. I was like, I think I saw that. Christmas bounty, everybody. So that was that. I'm sure we'll get more of a idea on Raw tomorrow night as far as what's going to happen with Miz and or Kofi. Moving on, an incredible elimination match. Great way to start off Survivor Series. The Usos, the Rhodeses, and Rey Mysterio versus The Shield and the Real Americans. We could run down order of elimination, but that could just get tedious. Let's just talk about the highlights. Jesse, your favorite part of the match?
Just all the spears from Roman Reigns. He just dominated, and it's clear and obvious that they're pushing him now, and it was a statement match for him, and maybe someone to look out for, like in the Royal Rumble and coming up match things. Yeah,
I mean, he's one to look out for over the next decade. Like,
right.
I feel like he's the potential.
And he's definitely in the right family to do it.
Yeah, Samoans just never get old.
They're 2/3 of the entire industry.
They really don't. Yeah. Now, Josh, the way the match ended, of course, Mysterio setting up for the 619. Hitting the spear. I imagine your size, you're about 5'8", and your book is called Doing the Job.
Yes.
I imagine you've taken a spear or two in your day from a larger man.
I have indeed.
How do you possibly brace yourself for that? I mean, to take a spear from Reigns, for example.
Well, you definitely brace yourself, and then it hurts like hell.
Yeah, so, there's no way around it.
There's no way around it. I mean, a guy like that, especially Roman Reigns, as intense as he is, too, which is part of the appeal of him, but it's just, he's going to plow through you. So kind of, take a deep breath and hope that you wake up when it's done.
What was the worst finisher you've ever taken?
Worst that I'd ever taken would be powerbomb, sit-out powerbomb.
Oh, boy.
Just from snapping the neck back. But the worst injury I ever had was off of a shoulder tackle. So it's
okay.
Interesting.
Weird things can happen. It's just, just a shoulder block and just separated the shoulder.
But you were trained well by the Wild Samoans.
I was trained by the Wild Samoans, and then I was trained, kind of finished off with Nick Dinsmore and Al Snow. So,
good deal.
Yeah, not a bad group.
All right, Rosie, highlight of that match, the elimination.
Well, I mean, I think the highlight as a whole is just the fact that Roman Reigns had arguably one of the greatest Survivor Series match performances, period. When you say one guy eliminated 4 members of the other team clean. Mm-hmm. They were all spears. There wasn't any like dirty finishes, hands on the tights, or anything like that. I mean, that really blew me away. Cesaro was also impressive, swinging one Uso, then grabbing the next one, and then swinging him immediately. I lost track of the Usos. I
don't know who got eliminated first. I really don't.
Yeah, but I mean, Roman Reigns just proved the fact that he's ready.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was very weird that Ambrose was out first.
That was weird too.
That was very odd to me, but. I mean,
the only one with a singles title was knocked out in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm excited to see what the Shield does. I can't really tell whether they're looking to split them up soon or they're ready to give them another go because they've been together. This is their 1-year anniversary being together.
Which in 2013, that's like 7 years.
And they're still fresh. Like, they're still, like, interesting to watch. And it's so exciting every single week seeing them, on these shows. And I don't know. Whatever they do with them, I feel like all 3 of them are going to go really far.
And everyone brought it in this match. And Jimmy, I know you probably tossed it up with almost everyone in this match. Goldust is now over 40 and is probably in better shape than he ever was. I mean, what are your thoughts on how he continues to just pull it off every time out?
I think, Dustin's great. Like, I go way back WCW days when Dustin Rhodes was natural and all this kind of stuff. But to somebody to do that at his age and keep on going in the pace that he's been doing, you know, that just speaks to how much passion that guy has for wrestling and being in front. You know, even I saw him not too long ago. He was in before he went back and was a part of the town somewhere in Ohio. I'm trying to think of the town.
On the party bus.
No, not on the party bus. I wish, you know, he would definitely love it. You know, he wished he was on that bus.
Shattered Dreams on the party bus.
It was in Middletown, Ohio, you know, and he was there, and he looked great, you know, like, and, you know, with me doing it as long as I have, I'm kind of lost some passion for it to, you know, really strive for it. But Dustin, you know, he has super passion for it, and now he's went back and he's performing at the level that he's performing at. And he looks really, really good. You know, I seen one of the matches a few weeks ago that was really awesome. You know, so like, to me, I think my personal opinion that he has so much passion for wrestling, and that's why he's striving to be in such good shape and prove everybody wrong. He's 40, can hang with these young guys and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not unnoticed either. If you pop,
it's almost impossible to find the fountain of youth in professional wrestling of all professions, and I think he managed to do it. So this is a great way to start off. I mean, could we say match of the night? I don't know. Is it too early to say that? Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I'm set with that.
Yeah, I'd say.
I think it's two pay-per-views in a row. The opening match was match of the night.
I feel like almost every match tonight highlighted some new younger talent. You know, except for maybe the last match, but you know.
I was gonna say Orton and Big Show. Those young bucks, those whippersnappers.
Hey, they got potential. They're newbies.
They might be okay in the long run. All right, backstage, Stephanie, Triple H, and Kane are talking. Orton interrupts and says he wants to be on the same page with everyone. Triple H says, "You're the Viper. You're the Apex Predator. You're the face of the WWE." And Steph says, "Now go prove it." All right, setting it up. Once again, we don't know what the Authority is going to do. Big E Langston and Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental Championship. Unless, do we have anything else to say about the backstage segment? I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything.
Kane looks nice.
It's what it was.
Yeah,
Kane's hair is coming.
His tie
in
was
very
straight.
nicely.
Yeah, I like how his hair goes down like a widow's peak.
Yeah. One of my buddies said a few weeks ago, it's like he has baby hair. It's just patted down. Yeah. It's like newborn hair.
He looks like that doll from Toy Story. Like just the head of the doll. It's like the spider doll in that kid's room where it's just like it's got one eyeball.
Yeah, that's the creepy one.
That makes me never want to see Toy Story.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again.
In like a really good way.
Yeah. He looks like a creepy broken toy in a really good way.
I don't know.
He looks like that guy from See No Evil. I don't know.
He looks like Dr. Isaac Yankem.
Hyman! With the old school reference. All right, Big E Langston versus Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental Championship. This match went exactly as expected. Big E with the big ending. And then he gives a big shout out to the whole city of Boston and the Red Sox, which Big E showed his personality for I think the first time.
Yeah, showed a little personality, and I mean just that little brief promo on a pay-per-view truly solidified him, if he wasn't already, as hey, this guy's gonna be one of the top baby faces.
Yep.
Was he making fun of them though with the Boston thing? Because I feel like saying it like 3 times in a row, like you know,
that's what Mick Foley does.
I know, but it's so cheap. Like, that's a cheap way to get cheers.
But he did it as a goof, though. He wasn't doing it like...
Yeah, he was acknowledging
right, Jimmy,
you know, I didn't get to see that part, but, you know, but that's cheap pops, you know, so it's just... Get the people to like you.
Well, see, you didn't have to do anything. When you came out,
I've done a lot of cheap pops.
You just came out pretending to wave a lasso with your hat. You're
honestly,
set.
God, you came out smiling with a wife beater on, and people would just go crazy.
Yeah, it was more laughing, but you're
like, I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah. So,
it's perfect.
So do whatever you have to do to make them like you. So.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to make anyone in Boston like you.
Yeah.
As John Cena has proven that when it was the Cena sucks chants were going crazy in his
hometown. How sad is that?
I was surprised by it. I really was.
It was even stronger than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been just 9 really angry dudes.
Well, you had about 9 Cena sucks posters in a row.
It used to be the C-section where Antonio Cesaro on Monday night, and now it's Cena sucks.
It's still the C-section.
Cena sucks section.
I think every taping now there's going to be some genius fan who prints out like 40 flyers.
You have to get the seats right behind the hard cam.
That's a tough one. I've never had those seats.
In front of it, not that.
Yeah, you probably do because you make out with chicks on TV.
Yeah, well, I just try to aim for the cam. I don't know if it's hard or not. But yeah.
We need a row.
That's what she said.
We need a row on Raw for all the posters to say we want Jesse.
Yeah, there needs to be a big like flyer thing, like 40 people just holding your head.
Like holding the head up. Right after the commercial,
his business cards are stickers
right
of
after
his
the
face.
commercial aired, the Syracuse basketball team, they had like
a sticker of his face.
fans had like giant pictures of my head.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I think you caused the blackout at the Super Bowl. I think your commercial.
I don't think so.
That was crazy though, right?
But we know that this year the Whites are going to go out again in the New Orleans.
WrestleMania's there. This is where the blackout
the Undertaker,
was.
Good point, Jesse. Jesse's always bringing up great points.
I thought he was going to try to corrupt, kind of sabotage WrestleMania. What's he up to?
That's very true.
I just want to get
Look
there.
at him. Come on.
Jesse's got this master plan.
We should take the redneck lady.
No, I'm thinking of something. What if we fly to Cincinnati? We take a certain party bus
to New Orleans
and take it all the way to New Orleans.
Oh my goodness, that'd be crazy. WrestleMania week is crazy.
You roll with Jesse, there's gonna be.
You roll with me. That's legendary. Trust me.
That is true.
I don't care how much it costs. I am doing this.
I'm pretty legendary in Boston too, so it's just some.
We could probably.
I'm not gonna tell those stories, but
we could do. We could do a whole show just on your road stories.
Oh no.
How many mechanical?
Remember, I got a 10-year-old daughter.
That's true.
So.
Point taken, Jimmy. Point taken. All right, so Big E is still the Intercontinental Champion. Giving a shout out to the Sox. We go backstage. AJ Lee. This is, I think, one of the greatest Diva segments we've had backstage that I can remember.
She's amazing.
She is
really
but
solid.
Really good. But everyone was good in it, I thought.
Yeah.
Definitely.
AJ giving attitude to the rest of her squad, saying, that she hasn't come this far to be taken down now. She explains what a rhetorical question is, which is great. Caitlyn jumps in, says no one should trust you. And then AJ says, one thing we all have in common is total divas didn't want any of you, so create your own show by stealing the show tonight. I thought everyone was really good.
It was genius. Like since her pipe bomb when was that, a month ago?
She was crushing
which was
it before.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's on point, and it's clear she's been in love with this company since she was like what?
There's that video of her with Lita.
Yeah, you got the picture of her crying meeting Lita
when she's like 8 or 12 or something
Adorable.
like that, and yeah.
Can I just say to Rosa, because old friend of mine, your hair, I don't like it. The blonde hair. If I could just, I'm sorry.
You text her then or tell her off air?
She won't
you don't
answer.
tell a girl you don't like her hair.
I think she's beautiful.
That ruins her next 4 months.
But that hair, that whole blonde, it just isn't. It isn't.
She's a gorgeous girl, and
Yeah.
she doesn't need to do anything to.
That's
make
what I'm
herself
saying.
stand out.
That's what
So
I'm saying. Thank
the hair
you.
is a little bit much,
Thank
is what
you.
you're saying.
This is coming from concern for her.
Yeah. Well, maybe she wanted just to change it up as far as.
I bet somebody
She
told
saw
her to
that.
do that.
She saw that red hair
Probably
was. Didn't they want?
They wanted Eva Marie to go
wanted
blonde. She didn't. It was like, Rosa, it's on you now.
Yeah.
I'd be fine hanging out with AJ for.
It did get.
Jesse's just totally changes the topic.
Honestly, though,
Jesse's like, which one
people
will I
started
make out
talking
with?
about Rosa again when she went blonde. It's a smart move on her part.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, she was replaced by a tiny bull. So
Sad.
think about that for a
Moment of silence for that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
All right, y'all make out. Remember? This,
Yeah,
yeah,
awkward silence. Do it.
Boring.
Kiss. But yeah, the backstage segment was great, and even the match I thought was very entertaining. It was rather fast.
I think it was under 12 minutes for a 7-on-7 elimination match.
Can we talk about the most awkward part of the match?
Sure.
Match, the commentator saying that Nikki had been eliminated when she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She had tagged out JoJo, and then they're like, oh, the last person in the match is Natty.
And they didn't correct it till about an hour later. What I'm confused about, as far as I know, and Jimmy, you might be able to answer this, someone is always in their ear to correct things.
Right.
How did no one catch the fact?
I think they were.
No one was like, oh, by the way, Nikki's just on the outside selling the beatdown she took from Tamina. She hasn't been eliminated.
And then they both celebrate at the end. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Right.
I don't know. It's very.
Sometimes the talent comes back afterwards. Like people don't catch it right away, and then the talent comes back and say, "Hey, I didn't get eliminated," and then the word comes out, and then and then here the production's like, "Oh," and go back and see. So, "Oh, we made a mistake."
To correct it an hour and a half later just seemed really weird.
Yeah,
though.
but then also there's also just like there's a format of a show, just like I think this has a format, right? So anyways, they have this and so, oh, where can we fit this in? And okay, this is the only time we have 15 seconds to do this, but they did get to it.
Good point.
So.
Although they stopped the show 17 minutes. Early. It wasn't full 3 hours, yeah.
I mean, with how active people are on Twitter, it wouldn't surprise me if they saw their Twitter blowing up.
That's too. Yeah, that's another
Trending
thing too.
Nikki was not eliminated.
No, actually, that's a good point. That probably could. That I think that'd be the fastest way for them to find out.
Yeah. Because wrestling fans, as we know from this show, they're intense.
Yeah. They are. They're intense. The biggest surprise to me in this whole match was the fact that Oksana pinned Brie.
Yeah.
Brie's been the girl for the last 3 months, and Oksana pins her with a spine buster.
Yeah.
That's the first time Oksana, I think, has ever pinned anyone. Ever.
And prior to that, Brie knocks out Caitlyn with a missile dropkick. So just a lot of quick.
Yeah.
There were so many drop kicks in this match.
Look, Clum, don't complain. Don't complain about how many.
Did she not see what she did 30 seconds earlier? She did like 17 drop kicks.
Jimmy, you might not be aware of this, but we had another host that kind of complained about 3 DDTs in 1 hour.
This past Monday on Raw, there were 3 different DDTs, and he was upset about
Plum
that.
is the one that got him in here, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
But it doesn't mean we can't call back to it.
We're messing with him.
It was hilarious that he was upset about that.
Yes.
3D. I mean, DDT.
There's actually people would get upset with that back in the back too, but
I believe it.
There's a producer back there that was real famous for doing DDT. So and then guys would just kind of just go out there and DDT at a high spot and DDT
Paying
there.
homage.
But no, not that. Just wasting the DDT because when this guy did the DDT, it was a DDT. And then he's watching these, and the opening spot's a DDT, second spot's a DDT, and then it was, like, man, this is a kind of a legendary move, and you guys are just throwing it away.
Almost kind of like they were ribbing him from like adding it more and more. Or?
No, they just didn't.
They wanted to impress him.
They didn't understand what a DDT could mean.
Right, it doesn't have the effect it used to, for sure.
Yeah,
it's saying like Jake the Snake's DDT, right?
Lethal.
And the other guy, Arn Anderson's DDT, right?
Yep.
Like there's like those are. And then
even Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens DDT. That's a DDT, but other guys doing a high spot and then DDT and guys getting up. So
good point. Well, the match does end. Natty locks in the sharpshooter on Tamina. She taps out. AJ is the only one left, so is Natty. Of course, Bree's on the outside, but no one noticed.
Oh, Nikki's left too.
Nikki.
I'm sorry, Nikki. I said
not
Bree. Nikki, one of the Bellas. Happy birthday, Bellas, by the way. Yeah. Natty locks in the sharpshooter, and the Total Divas win. Was Nikki eliminated? Apparently not. We find out an hour and a half later, but they are the sole survivors.
Natty deserves this, though. Like, she was reveling in her moment.
As she should.
Yeah.
And because you just reminded me of the happy birthday with the Bellas. Gotta say, because she tweeted all of us,
right.
happy second birthday, Jacob. I don't remember the mother who tweeted us.
I thought Jacob was 20.
No, 2.
Wait, we're shouting out a 2.
We're shouting out a 2-year-old. This woman tweeted all of us.
He watches religiously.
She tweeted all of us. She sent me a picture of the cake. She sent me a picture of the cake that has Cena and Orton on it.
Jacob, if you're awake right now, go to bed. I thought she said he was 20, like in college. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll give a shot.
This woman tweeted
20
every one of us.
18.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. 2 years old.
2 years old. Big AfterBuzz fan, apparently.
Yeah.
Loves you.
That's my demo. Like the 2 to 4, like the drooling range, that's like what I go for.
That's you.
Yeah. That's the kind of fans I get. All right, moving on. Orton is backstage once again with Charles Robinson, otherwise known as Little Flair. He basically says, look, Orton's like, I always had your back. I want you to call this match right down the middle. And he's like, you get what I'm trying to say, right? And to that, Charles Robinson replies with, Randy, I'm going to do what the authority said, and walked away. Once again, a little mysterious.
Hey, a ref got to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A ref that's not Brad Maddox got to speak.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
There was no sign of Brad Maddox tonight.
Yeah.
No Brad or Vicky.
No vest tonight.
That's weird.
But maybe it was selling because he did get carted away on Raw, so maybe.
Shouldn't they be standing around, though, with the authority and Kane? Like, because they're all kind of in charge together?
They're the GMs of their respective shows, not necessarily the pay-per-view.
I appreciate your excuse.
They were probably there.
But I think you and I are seeing the same page.
I agree. I'm just saying what they might think.
When the authority wasn't there a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
and they're searching around and all arguing over who's in charge, who's going to run the show, and Brad Maddox is one of the people arguing. I don't know who's running the show. You're the GM of Raw.
Right.
You're running the show. Yeah. That is the answer. The authority's not here. You are running the show. So I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that.
Yeah, except Vicky has tenure. I don't know. We're making up shit right now. So we're trying to make up excuses.
Stuff.
Language.
We're making up Destiny
Language.
right now.
TVPG.
We're making up Destiny. Is that what you said?
We're making up Destiny. We're making up Destiny.
Yeah.
That's
That
my
was your
stripper
line
name,
from
too.
earlier.
Oh, for Jimmy's party bus.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he saw that the bus appeared to him, and it was like Destiny that.
It was holy destiny.
Yeah.
Holy Destiny.
Exactly.
So that was my bad word from.
Once again, I appreciate it. All right, we kick up to Bret Hart, Booker T, and Mick Foley, the WWE Hall of Famers, which 3 of them on one stage will take it any day of the week. Of course, interrupted by Ryback, who really pulls off an entertaining,
I liked it.
funny promo. Yeah.
Look, Ryback suddenly on the mic. We were kind of worried what was going to happen when Heyman left him, and he was getting better.
But he was doing great with the whole bully thing prior to Heyman teaming up with him.
Yeah. The only thing I wasn't huge on with this promo was on SmackDown. He talked about, hey, yeah, I'm a bully and I'm proud of it type deal.
Sure.
And then tonight he was, if there's one thing I can't stand, is bullies.
I am not a bully.
I'm not a bully.
I mean,
He's a flip flopper, and no one likes a flip flopper.
I don't know. Jesse?
What?
Ryback.
I think he's doing great. You know, he's really. I think he's starting to actually have fun with his character and like embracing and
Big guy.
experimenting with different parts of it, and you know, definitely showing that he can at least be on the mic by himself. It doesn't need Heyman or someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a good chance that they're talking about him versus Goldberg at some point. He's got to get better on the mic if they're gonna have.
Yeah, because Goldberg ain't gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Goldberg's not going to carry it on the microphone.
Well, hopefully Ryback wins a match before he meets Goldberg at WrestleMania because he issued an open challenge, and Mark Henry, with a shaved head and a grown-ass beard.
Someone tweeted me saying, who gave Rick Ross a Mark Henry t-shirt?
Right? He had a Rick Ross, like Abe Lincoln without the hat look to him.
Yes.
It was really impressive.
And he paid homage to the Junkyard Dog in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Yeah. He didn't even notice.
You're at In-N-Out.
He was grabbing some In-N-Out at the time. It's okay.
So explain what he did for JYD.
Well, so, he like got on all fours and charged at Ryback with his head.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Shake the knees?
He didn't do that. He didn't shake the knees, but the crowd popped big with the
crawling headbutt. Yeah,
with the crawling headbutt.
That's awesome.
God bless JYD. Yeah. But Henry with the world's strongest slam for the win. So just like that, Ryback comes out, issues the open challenge, looking great, and just like that, Henry comes back and Ryback loses again.
That was a little bit predictable that Mark Henry was going to be the one coming. Like, everyone said it was either going to be Mark Henry or Sheamus.
Because Sheamus is probably about due back to return from his injury.
I don't know.
It's supposed to be out 4 months.
His injury was pretty bad. I think he's a while away yet.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah. From a PT perspective, I think he's got a while to go.
He's making a lot more appearances these last
Which is
few
good,
weeks.
but because the shoulder is the most unstable joint in the body.
Sure.
So it takes a long time to come back from that, especially when you're his size.
Would it have been weird if Wade Barrett had come out instead of Mark Henry, just because?
I don't think
would that be a face turn if he had come out?
Yeah, but
They're
Jesse, it's a
repackaging
pay-per-view, and I don't think.
I know, but.
I see your point. I just don't know. What would the crowd have done if Wade Barrett?
Crowd would have been confused.
Yeah.
Crowd would have been very confused.
Has he been on TV lately?
Not for a few months.
I think he's having like visa problems.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, they're
You're
repackaging
best
him.
friends with
That's the
He's either having
repackaging him
visa
as
problems
visas.
or he's being
They're repackaging
But
his
then why
visa.
did they use him in Europe?
Why didn't they?
Yeah, if he's having visa problems, then why didn't they use him
Yeah, they
in
only
Europe?
used him in a dark match.
That's true.
If
Well,
they-
maybe because they didn't want to put him back on TV and give him TV time if they don't know when he can come back for the rest of it.
They only use guys with American Express. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
I don't know. Well, I guess for now.
Good job, Jesse. Good job, Jesse. Good job.
Always the keen observations by Jesse Hamer. Well, for now, I guess Wade Barrett's just stuck in Canada. All right. Next, we have
Canada.
old Canada. So John Cena, we see a video package versus him and Alberto Del Rio. He's talking to the trainer out back, basically in the backstage, saying that he wants to go without the elbow brace, which is dangerous. Trainer says, hey, if you feel good with it, go without the brace. That leads into the World Heavyweight Championship match. And I believe a couple of you mentioned, this was almost like the last time.
The ending, the last like 2 minutes, 3 minutes was identical to last month.
Yeah.
I mean, Kathy was freaking out about
No,
this.
I was
the floor is yours.
freaking out.
The floor is yours.
In a non-clum way. I was freaking out about something happening multiple times.
Try to top that,
Because
Kathy.
it was, I mean, that's exactly, I don't know what verbatim is, but the same
He had the cross arm breaker locked, and Cena broke it by lifting him up with it, just like he did last time.
Slamming him down, and
then went for the cross arm breaker again, counted into the AA for the win, which was identical to what happened last month.
Yeah. Oh no, solid match.
I mean, fun match.
How else can you
We've seen
win? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other ways he could have pulled it out.
The question is how many people remember that. Like, you guys remember he did it last month.
Point taken.
So as a wrestler, it's different. You know, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, but I'm wondering how many people has the same thought as you guys.
The scary thing is, I think more than we think.
You think so?
Nowadays, with social media the way it is,
but percentage of people watching and then wrestling fans, like that's the market. Y'all look at 300 people at Hooters, like 10 people know, oh, he did it last week, but 290 say, oh, yeah, that was awesome, So.
Well, 300 people at Hooters, how many are actually watching the pay-per-view?
Exactly.
No, there's a lot. You never been to Hooters on pay-per-view?
No.
Actually, there's a lot.
I wonder how bad, like, because, when it comes to, like, sports bars, whether it be Hooters or any other sports bar where they play football on Sundays or, like, show pay-per-views, I bet the girls they have to hate those days because people just sit down for 9 hours and spend like $20.
Most people, I feel like, would drink themselves. They drink a
Not.
lot. The girls. I have friends that work in bars in Chicago, and they love the days where they have like fights or whatever, just because they know, or like Sundays because when football's on, because they know that some people are gonna go there and drink a lot.
They get upset.
See, but I think game day and a pay-per-view, though, a wrestling pay-per-view, I feel like it's a different.
Wrestling fans are cheap. We know that.
No, it's
before I came here, I used to go down to Downey. They have a bowling alley, and inside the bar they show wrestling pay-per-views for like $20. I mean, it's not, but it's nice to go see a show with other passionate wrestling fans.
But it's funny, a good conversation is to go ask a Hooter girls, hey, what do you think about wrestling fans when they come to pay-per-view?
Yeah.
That's a great icebreaker.
This is no, it is. They tell you they have just go off and like,
and then do you tell them, well, I used to be there?
No. I don't.
Well, my mace is in my pocket.
You should say you're recruiting for WWE.
But it's really entertaining if you ask them, hey, what do you think about wrestling fans when they come here for the pay-per-view?
They just go off.
Just try it. Just, everybody listen. Just go try it. It's fun, really entertaining. So.
All right.
I'm gonna have to do that.
I had no idea Hooters showed pay-per-views.
I really want wings right now.
What kind? Wings?
We got it! All right. After the World Heavyweight Championship match, Santino and R-Truth are backstage playing the Money in the Bank action figure game, if you will.
And the briefcase falls.
First off, Los Matadores come in. They lay it up. Fandango comes in, followed by People Power, John Laurinaitis.
Yeah.
Loved it. Then Santino manages to knock the briefcase down in the ring. They continue to fight. There's two CM Punks. I don't know where the imposter CM Punk was. And they continue to fight when the briefcase is in the corner. I'm like, come on, bro, grab the briefcase.
Well, they couldn't do it. They couldn't promote WWEshop.com because not enough people were watching it for like the promo code. So let's just put out the new toy and have everyone play with it tonight.
What I loved is that brief, awkward moment when Santino knocked the briefcase. He was like, keep wrestling. Oh, that was so fun. All right, we move on to an amazing tag match. Sister Abigail, we assume, told Bray Wyatt that Punk and Bryan would be tough as nails and then have to hunt them down. They're here. Wyatt family versus CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. There were spots galore in this match.
Awesome match. Got "This is awesome" chants from the crowd.
Yep.
Good length. Daniel Bryan and Punk both got hot tags during the match.
Hot tags.
Hot tags indeed. A nice little Randy Savage chant.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, really good match. I was questioning why this match would be on a pay-per-view and not just like a long main event for a Raw, but they pulled it out.
A lot of tonight felt like a really expensive Raw.
Yeah.
I thought they made it worth a pay-per-view. I thought this match they turned to pay-per-view quality.
The first match made it worth the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it was like...
I would put this as my second favorite match of the night.
Okay.
Personally.
I like that, again, like they profiled Harper and the other guy a lot.
Sure.
And that's what you need. You need to put those guys over and show that they're going to be here for a while.
And there were a lot of great spots. Josh, you mentioned the hardest thing to take was the power bomb. Daniel Bryan took it from the top rope. Then Punk takes out Rowan and Bray outside of the ring. Then DB hits the flying knee to Rowan, knocks him out, and CM Punk hits the GTS on Harper. Punk and Bryan win. I was a tad surprised by this.
I wasn't.
No?
Because I picked it.
Predictions champion, everybody. Christian Rosenberg. Now, Jimmy, I did want to ask, because you were involved in a number of Survivor Series on Sunday Night Heat. What was your favorite Survivor Series like that you were involved with in the company? Is there one that sticks out to you?
The first one sticks out to me. I remember that whole time. Like the other one, a lot of pay-per-views just run together for me. But I remember the first one was in Dallas, Texas. Got there the night before, had a good time, and then the match was Tajiri versus Jamie Noble.
Oh wow!
And we just had to do a quick run-in, but the match and like just being there on I think it wasn't my first pay-per-view for WWE, but it was one of the biggest ones I've done at that moment, and just going out there was really cool, and I remember being in Dallas having a really good time and the match and everything, and just being part of Survivor Series,
Yeah.
That was cool.
You remember growing up watching it on Thanksgiving Day? It's like, oh my God, wait, I'm about to run out.
Yeah, it was awesome, and then running out and just being in WWE and just seeing 15,000 people and they're reacting the way they should be, and that's such a high that you can't top that. It's a really, really cool thing.
Love it, man. Love it. We need to get to the main event. Bray Wyatt does tease hitting the ring, but he backs off. And a couple of you guys were yelling for a CM Punk heel turn in the moment. That did not happen. Backstage, we have Cena, Triple H, Steph, Kane. Orton walks in. Cena walks out. They have kind of a little stare down. Orton's like, what's he doing here? Setting up for the end of the pay-per-view. But first, the WWE Championship on the line. Big Show and Randy Orton. This match I thought was incredibly entertaining, and it ended not quite, I don't think, as we expected. Orton comes out winning, but it ends a little bit different, Josh.
Yeah. I thought there was a lot of foreshadowing with them saying that they guaranteed no physical interference. So the fact that they kept saying physical, you knew something would happen. But no, I thought it was extremely entertaining. I thought it was really good. And yeah, I mean, it ended kind of. I think a lot of people saw it going in that direction with Orton retaining, and then with Cena not to.
Well, once Charles Robinson's knee went out, you're like, oh come on,
what's happening?
What's happening?
I think we had the first improvisation ever by Randy Orton in this match too. Okay. When he went for the DDT off the top rope, a Big Show fell off it. And he just hit it. The crowd was upset that the move got messed up. But then Orton kind of stand there, laughed, and then flexed.
That's great.
Kind of the Jonah, I was so strong, I was able to do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, wait, that's a sense of humor from Randy Orton.
Good for him, man.
What?
It only took 12 years. Big Show in control for most of it. Hit the WMD outside the ring. Orton was dead to rights. Rolls him in the ring, and then, of course, that's when the King of Kings music hits. All they do is they just come out to the ring and just stare at Big Show. And next thing you know, the RKO, but he doesn't end it there. He follows it up with the first punt to the head we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, I thought they outlawed the move.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. But bringing it back for this occasion.
Not when you're the face.
I guess not. When you're face of the company, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
It's good for business.
Yeah.
It's best for business.
Punts to the head are best for business. Punts to the 420-pound head are best for business. So Orton retains the WWE Championship, but that's not quite where we end. As Orton is celebrating with the title, Cena runs down to the ring holding the world title. I guess the question we're supposed to be asking as we go to Fade to Black is, who is the face of the company?
Yep.
I guess.
I think that's what they were going for.
Are we talking unification? What's
I think when I saw it, I remember, what did John Cena and CM Punk do that thing when CM Punk got the title and took off?
Right.
And then they standing there and everybody's cheering. And that time was cool, and this time was kind of
yeah.
But they were going for the same effect that they, I think, the same effect.
Oh, from the physical holding it, to get that shot,
shot, and people really into when CM Punk and John Cena did it.
The crowd looked really confused.
Yeah.
Well, I think they were expecting something to happen, but I think I agree that it was for to see the face of the company.
If you remember that time they did it back then.
Jesse was like, "I want a heel turn."
I thought Cena was going to turn heel because I thought the
never.
authority was immediately
never happening.
Oh wait, I thought that the authority was immediately going to side with Cena on this deal and. Possibly tease it and see how the audience reacts.
Heyman, you were pumped up about that. You're like, Cena's going to join the authority. We're like, Heyman, calm down.
And then El Torito's going to replace him on all those Make-A-Wishes.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you...
Sounds awesome.
No, let's do the Make-A-Wishes because it's good for business.
Well, guys, we are down to our final minute. I wish we had time for Final Thoughts Survivor Series. You know what? We watched it. As always, we're going to enjoy it. It's a pay-per-view. It was fun, kind of predictable. But we have one more pay-per-view yet. December 15th. Jesse, put yourself over real quick.
JesseHeyman.net. Jesse Heyman at Jesse Heyman, and yeah.
Okay, Josh Harris.
At I am Josh Harris and JoshHarris247.com. Doing the job, Amazon.com.
There you go, Kathy.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly and here on Raw tomorrow night for our after show.
All right, Christian.
You can find me on Twitter at CRoseVOC, and you can check me out tomorrow for Total Divas and The Voice.
All right, and Jimmy Yang, our special guest.
Yeah.
Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus. You go to Facebook.com/Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus and call for a good time. Yeehaw!
That's right.
We have to go. We have to do this.
Congratulations on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're first off, thank you for being here, and secondly, it's
me.
awesome to see you doing so many good things and just being a cool dude. So thanks for
Everyone
doing
check out
that.
his match on TMZ too.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
TMZ.
Let's make it go viral so you can go
Got
back
that
to the
glow.
WWE.
That's right. Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus at Akio Yang. I'm at Jay Quasso. See you on the Raw After Show tomorrow night. Also, if you're in Las Vegas, I'm at Vegas all this week at the Improv at Harrah's, pretending that I have a Thanksgiving. Have a good night, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.